On July 26, 2025, a seemingly ordinary summer day, the lives of many in Traverse City, Michigan, would be irrevocably altered. The date, marked on calendars as just another Saturday, would soon be etched in the community's memory as a day of unexpected horror and profound loss. A routine shopping trip in Traverse City, Michigan, a town known for its cherry orchards and scenic beauty, became the epicenter of unimaginable violence. The local Walmart, a place where residents casually picked up groceries and household essentials, was about to become a scene of unimaginable terror, turned into chaos. The mundane atmosphere of a Saturday afternoon was shattered in an instant, replaced by screams, panic, and the chilling realization that something terrible was unfolding. When a man launched a violent knife attack inside a busy Walmart, shoppers, oblivious to the impending danger, were suddenly confronted with a scene of unimaginable horror as the assailant began his rampage through the aisles. The suspect, 42-year-old Bradford James Gille, would later be identified as the man responsible for the carnage that unfolded within the store's walls. Of Afton, Michigan, a small, quiet community not far from Traverse City, the residents of Afton were equally shocked to learn that one of their own was at the center of such a brutal act. Moved through the store, targeting shoppers and an employee, seemingly at random, there appeared to be no rhyme or reason to his selection of victims, adding to the terror and confusion of the situation. In a terrifying random assault that lasted about 10 minutes. 10 minutes that felt like an eternity for those trapped inside the store, witnessing the unfolding horror. Panic erupted. The initial shock quickly gave way to widespread fear as shoppers realized the gravity of the situation. As screams echoed and people scrambled for safety, desperately seeking any means of escape from the unfolding nightmare. The exits became bottlenecks as people surged towards them, driven by an instinct to survive. While frantic 911 calls flooded the Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office, painting a chaotic picture of the unfolding events, dispatchers struggled to maintain calm as they received a barrage of calls from terrified shoppers, each recounting their own harrowing experience. Law enforcement and emergency responders rushed to the scene, sirens wailing as they raced against time to reach the besieged Walmart. Every second counted as they navigated through the chaotic streets, knowing that lives hung in the balance. Evacuating the store and tending to the wounded, providing immediate medical assistance to those injured in the attack. The parking lot transformed into a triage center as paramedics worked tirelessly to stabilize the victims. As investigators began piecing together what happened, meticulously collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses to understand the sequence of events. The crime scene was a complex puzzle, and investigators worked diligently to unravel the truth. The attack shattered the community's sense of safety, leaving residents in disbelief that such a tragedy could occur in their close-knit town. Leaving residents grappling with how such violence could strike their peaceful town, a place where people knew their neighbors and felt a sense of security. The attack forced them to confront the reality that nowhere is truly immune to violence. As night fell, Traverse City began the difficult process of healing, a long and arduous journey towards recovery and reconciliation. Forever changed by those 10 minutes of terror, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of community in the face of tragedy. The violence began near the checkout lanes, catching shoppers and employees completely off guard. Bradford Gille, armed with a folding knife, attacked people at random, moving deeper into the store as panic spread. Shoppers hid in aisles and break rooms, desperate to avoid the assailant as chaos unfolded. The attack lasted 10 agonizing minutes, with Gille injuring 11 people before he was stopped. Witnesses described confusion and terror, with no one feeling safe as the attacker moved unpredictably. The randomness and speed of the assault left a lasting psychological impact on everyone present. In just minutes, lives were changed forever, and the community was left to process the trauma. The scars from that day run deep, both for the wounded and for all who witnessed the horror. The aftermath of the attack left a community reeling, grappling with the shock and horror of what had transpired. 11 people, ranging in age from 29 to 84, were injured in the senseless act of violence, each one a member of the community, each one with their own story and loved ones. Parents, their hearts heavy with worry, anxiously awaited news of their children. The fear of the unknown gripped them as they imagined the unimaginable. Grandparents, pillars of wisdom and love, found themselves vulnerable, their golden years marred by the shadow of violence. The attack served as a cruel reminder of the fragility of life, regardless of age. Young adults, full of dreams and aspirations, had their lives disrupted, their sense of security shattered. The attack forced them to confront the harsh realities of a world where violence can strike at any moment. And a Walmart employee simply going about their daily routine became an unwitting victim, their workplace transformed into a scene of terror. They, along with the others, were all caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, their lives forever altered by the events of that day. In the immediate aftermath, emergency responders rushed to the scene, their sirens piercing the air as they navigated the chaos and confusion. The wounded were swiftly transported to Munson Medical Center, the local hospital becoming a beacon of hope in a time of despair. Upon arrival, several patients were immediately taken into critical care, their lives hanging in the balance. Doctors and nurses worked tirelessly, their expertise and compassion providing a lifeline for those teetering on the edge. The hospital became a focal point for the community's concern, a place where prayers were offered and hopes were pinned. It stood as a symbol of resilience, a testament to the unwavering spirit of a community determined to overcome adversity. As the hours ticked by, families waited anxiously for news, their hearts pounding with each passing moment. The waiting room became a sanctuary of shared anxiety, where strangers found solace in their collective hope for positive updates. As the sun began to rise, casting a gentle glow upon the horizon, a glimmer of hope emerged, a sign that even in the darkest of times, light can still prevail. Miraculously, by the following day, it was announced that all 11 victims were expected to survive, a testament to the skill and dedication of the medical professionals and the resilience of the human body. This outcome was thanks to the swift and coordinated actions of first responders, paramedics, doctors, and nurses who worked tirelessly to provide immediate care and support to the injured. Their heroic efforts undoubtedly saved lives and prevented further tragedy. While physical wounds are healing, a process that will undoubtedly take time and require ongoing medical attention, the scars of the attack run much deeper. The emotional trauma remains a heavy burden for victims, their families, and everyone who was present that day, witnessing the horror firsthand. The invisible wounds of fear, anxiety, and grief will require ongoing support and understanding. In the face of adversity, the community has rallied together, offering unwavering support and heartfelt prayers for the recovery of those affected. Acts of kindness and compassion have become commonplace, demonstrating the strength and unity of the community. The fact that no lives were ultimately lost in this tragic event is nothing short of a small miracle, a testament to the power of hope and the resilience of the human spirit. However, the pain and fear linger, casting a long shadow over the community. The memories of that day will undoubtedly remain etched in the minds of those who experienced it, serving as a constant reminder of the fragility of life. The attack serves as a stark reminder of life's fragility and the profound impact of violence on a community. It underscores the importance of unity, compassion, and unwavering support in the face of adversity, as the community embarks on the long and challenging journey of healing and recovery. Amid the chaos, ordinary citizens became heroes, stepping up to confront the attacker and protect others. Several bystanders tracked Gille's movements, working together to stop him. One citizen, legally armed, drew his handgun and confronted Gille, forcing him to drop the knife. The group held Gille at bay until law enforcement arrived, ending the rampage. Sheriff Michael Shea praised their bravery, crediting them with saving lives and preventing further harm. Their quick thinking and courage stood in stark contrast to the violence they faced. These citizens, untrained but determined, became a symbol of resilience and community strength. Their actions remind us that heroes can emerge in the darkest moments. Their story is a crucial part of the day's events, a testament to the power of ordinary people in crisis. Bradford James Gille, 42, from Afton, Michigan, was quickly identified and arrested at the scene. Details soon emerged about his troubled past, including a criminal record with prior assault and substance violations. While his history hints at a potential for violence, it doesn't fully explain the scale of the attack. Investigators are piecing together his background, searching for missed warning signs and possible triggers. As of now, no clear motive has been released, leaving the community searching for answers. Understanding Gille's actions is key to healing and preventing future tragedies. Bradford Gille faces 11 counts of assault with intent to murder, one for each victim, reflecting the severity of his alleged actions. Each count carries a potential life sentence, underscoring the gravity of the attack. The legal process is moving swiftly, with Gille set for arraignment and a formidable case built on witness accounts and video evidence. Charging him individually for each victim ensures their suffering is recognized in court. The prosecution must prove Gille acted with intent to kill, not just to harm. The fact that all victims survived does not lessen the seriousness of the charges. For the community, the legal proceedings are a step toward justice and closure. The charges send a clear message: such violence will be met with the full force of the law. In a rare and decisive move, prosecutors have taken the unusual step of also charging Gille with terrorism under Michigan law. This decision underscores the severity with which the legal system views his actions and the profound impact they had on the wider community. The gravity of this charge reflects a commitment to holding Gille accountable for the full extent of the harm he inflicted. This elevates the case beyond a simple mass assault, signaling a significant shift in how such acts of violence are prosecuted and perceived. It acknowledges that Gille's actions were not merely isolated incidents, but rather a deliberate attempt to instill fear and disrupt the peace. This charge reflects the deeply held belief that Gille's actions were deliberately meant to terrorize not just the immediate individuals who were directly harmed, but also to create a climate of fear and intimidation that extended far beyond those directly involved. It speaks to the insidious nature of such acts and their potential to destabilize entire communities. The intent was to terrorize the entire community, leaving a lasting scar on the collective psyche of Traverse City. This decision sends a clear message that such acts of violence will not be tolerated and that the community's safety and well-being are of paramount importance. The terrorism charge carries a potential life sentence, a stark reminder of the seriousness of the crime and the potential consequences for the perpetrator. This reflects the gravity of the offense and the long-term impact it has on the victims and the community as a whole. It also recognizes the profound and lasting psychological impact of the attack, acknowledging that the wounds inflicted are not just physical, but also emotional and mental. The community requires long-term support and resources to heal from this trauma. Prosecutor Noel Mogenberg explained that the completely random and public nature of the violence amplified the sense of vulnerability and insecurity within the community. The unexpectedness of the attack heightened the fear and anxiety experienced by residents. This created widespread fear, leaving many residents feeling unsafe and uncertain about their surroundings. The sense of security that once existed was shattered, replaced by a pervasive feeling of unease. Michigan law allows terrorism charges to be applied in situations where the intent is to instill fear and disrupt the normal functioning of society. This legal framework provides a basis for holding individuals accountable for acts of violence that have a broader impact on the community. This is for acts specifically intended to intimidate a civilian population, regardless of the perpetrator's underlying motive. The focus is on the impact of the actions, rather than the reasons behind them, recognizing that the consequences are the same regardless of intent. The charge acknowledges that the harm extended far beyond the physical wounds inflicted on the victims, encompassing the emotional and psychological trauma experienced by the entire community. The invisible wounds are just as real and require just as much attention and care. For Traverse City, this is a powerful statement that attacks on community safety and well-being will not be tolerated and will be met with the full force of the law. It reinforces the commitment to protecting the community and ensuring that it remains a safe and welcoming place for all. The legal system is addressing not just the immediate suffering of the victims, providing them with the support and resources they need to heal and recover, but also the collective trauma inflicted on the town, recognizing that the entire community has been deeply affected by this act of violence. Healing will require a concerted effort from all members of the community. Ultimately, the terrorism charge offers a sense of validation for the fear and anxiety felt by residents since the attack, acknowledging the legitimacy of their concerns and providing a sense of closure. It's a step towards rebuilding trust and restoring a sense of security within the community. With Gille in custody, investigators are focused on uncovering his motive, a question that haunts the community. Authorities are examining his background, digital footprint, and recent behavior for clues. The FBI's involvement signals a thorough search for any possible triggers or warning signs. Sheriff Michael Shea has acknowledged that, so far, no clear motive has emerged. The lack of answers is unsettling, as random violence is often the hardest to process. Understanding why this happened is crucial for healing and for preventing future tragedies. In the aftermath, Traverse City has shown remarkable unity and resilience. Vigils, fundraisers, and messages of hope have brought the community together in support of the victims. The heroism displayed during the attack was just the beginning of a powerful collective response. Physical healing is underway, but emotional recovery will take time and continued support. Local organizations are providing counseling and resources for all affected. The attack was meant to sow fear, but it has instead strengthened community bonds. The story is now one of healing, solidarity, and hope for the future. The scars of July 26th will remain, but they are a testament to the community's strength. Traverse City has emerged with a renewed commitment to peace, safety, and caring for one another.